Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. We have a major bombshell today from Bill Maher that you do not want to miss. He just accidentally admitted on his show that DEI does nothing to solve real race issues. You do not want to miss this video, okay? Bill Maher is getting exposed and he actually might become a Trump supporter. So before we jump in, make sure to like the video, make sure to comment your thoughts down below, and make sure you're subscribed to the show. We'd love to have you, okay? Here on the show, we expose the truth. And now, let's dive in. This is Bill Maher. Holy smokes, Bill Maher admits that DEI does nothing to solve real racial issues. Any racial problem in this country is not addressed by DEI and having programs like that. He named 3 things that delivered real results, things Democrats sideline for DEI talking points. Better schools, more dads in the home, ending the war on drugs, rehabilitation over incarceration. You Democrats want to be a good ally? Address the actual problems. Any racial problem in this country is not addressed by DEI, Maher said. Let's listen in.
The Nixon administration was not an unsuccessful administration before Watergate. And said, you know, you got to go with the man who has results. Now, I don't remember exactly what the economy was with Nixon. I was 13. But that attitude, that idea, I admire so much, as opposed to the virtue signaling and the stuff that they do just to make themselves feel better about being allied. You know what? You want to be a good ally? Address the actual problems. Any racial problem in this country is not addressed by DEI and having programs like that. It's 3 things, and John McWhorter, the great African-American writer, names them. You know, better schools, don't graduate kids who don't know anything and have no skills, more dads, and the drug war. Those are the practical...
You know what? Family is actually important. You know what's crazy is Bill Maher is now coming to acknowledge that, maybe after Dr. Phil told him to his face about it.
Things. And that's not what they care about talking about.
Right. You remember when Dr. Phil told Bill Maher about family and solutions and about how families is the solution to family and religion? Take a look at this.
What I think we disagree a lot on is that you think family and faith are a big fix to the problems we have. I mean, I don't have a family, and I definitely don't have faith. So I'm definitely not part of the solution.
Dr. Phil just owned Bill Maher to his face. Maybe actually, you know, sometimes tough love actually works.
Here's the thing. I'm just saying that you come from a family.
I come from one, true.
So don't tell me you don't.
Yes.
Don't tell me you don't have a family.
Well, they're all gone now except my sister. Yes, but
so you got a sister.
But I didn't start a new family, is what I'm saying. And I'm an atheist, so I don't have religion. And I think the country's moving in my direction. By the way, more people than ever are single, and more people than ever don't have a religion. Now, you may think that's a bad thing and why we're going to hell in a handcart, but maybe it's also part of the solution. And it's certainly just where people want to be. I mean, when you say religion is the fix to this,
I didn't say that.
You've seen the Middle East?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did in the book.
No, I did not.
What do you say about family and faith, not the fix?
I said that for the first time in our country's history, membership in an organized religion has dropped below 50%. Now,
that's not good. You don't want to clap about that at all.
Here's why that's a problem. Here's why that's a problem, because that was...
It's a little evil to clap. Even if it's a joke to clap that religion's declining, you don't want to clap for that, Bill. That's you're entering into evil territory now.
It's one of the reasons that families got together at least once a week and spent quality time together. The reason it's dropped below 50% is because the reason they usually join the church was because they wanted to have their children christened or baptized or whatever the ceremony was in that particular church.
Yep.
And our birth rate has dropped to 1.6. We need 2.1 in order to sustain the infrastructure that we have. So we need immigrants. We just need to know who they are.
Now that's something you can clap for. That's something you can clap for.
My position.
I'm very pro-immigration, as are you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And your position that you just said, very reasonable and a political position.
So, you know, one thing that's going on is that we are facing some sort of declining birth rate. Even Elon Musk talked about this. He goes, what ended most civilizations is low birth rate. An extended period of prosperity causes birth rates to plummet. When a society is under stress, birth rate increases. I don't have a perfect solution, but we need to bring this to conscious awareness. I do believe we should be discussing this as well, and that's one of the things I commend Elon for.
Actually, what ended most civilizations was a low birth rate. That is an extended period of prosperity seems to cause birth rates to plummet. And it's somewhat counterintuitive. When a society is under stress, birth rates increase. So if you look at, say, ancient Rome, the birth rates were super high when they were fighting the Carthaginians, and Rome's very life was at stake. Birth rates were all-time high. After they defeated Carthage and ruled the Mediterranean, the birth rates plummeted. And to such a degree that Julius Caesar even tried to pass laws like in 50 BC or something like that to give an incentive for any Roman citizen that would have a second or third child. So there were birth rate issues in 50 BC, which is pretty wild. And that was also true of really basically every civilization throughout history. So it's how do you avoid this birth rate collapse, it's a sort of prosperity trap. I don't have a great answer for that, except I think if we can at least bring it to conscious awareness that we need to continue as a civilization, like no humans, no humanity. And at least it's a topic of conversation. It's like, hey, it's something we should do something about.
Notice what the left campaigned on: abortions, having no children, being childless cat ladies. Well, we're all happy about that, but no family. Where was Kamala Harris's family during her campaign? You saw Trump with his family of 20, 30 people with him all the time. Like even all the grandchildren were there, and they try to say that Trump is misogynist and Trump is so selfish. It was, when you see a grandpa there and he's got 20, 30 family members by his side, that means you're a leader. Kamala Harris, she don't have any kids. She has her stepchildren with Doug. By the way, Doug cheated on his first wife with the nanny and then went ahead and got the nanny pregnant, and then they had an alleged abortion. And their kid, I hate to say it, but Doug's kids, they don't, they look like they need some more love in their life. I'll put it nicely that way. And, that's what the left, the feministic, ideological, that Taylor Swift, I'm just going to be, in my mid-30s, no kids, and, that life's all dandy, I got a cat and it's all good. That's what they're campaigning for. And huge abortions. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, abortion rights. That was one of the main things they ran on. You want to talk about evil? You want to talk about sickness? Pushing abortions that hard? I think, sure, even Donald Trump said it. I think Donald Trump, I actually tend to agree with him on the abortion issue. Because he said, look, I hate abortions, I'm pro-life, but I want to allow people to keep their freedoms. And look, hey, at the end of the day, I think that's a good route to go. He constantly said, I will veto an abortion ban. He doesn't want to take away that right, but why did you ever notice Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all these people who campaign for abortion rights? You notice that they never talked about abortion alternatives, adoption, safe sex, or how about this, abstinence. Did you ever hear that? Hey, if you don't want to have a child, maybe don't have sex with someone you don't want to have a kid with. And maybe don't have unprotected sex too. I never heard them say that. All I heard was, Donald Trump sucks because he wants to take away your abortion rights. Which, by the way, wasn't even true. So, anyways, big update today with Bill Maher. little update today with Elon Musk. Want to talk a little bit about family and religion. You know, it's the holidays, all right? It's a time where we all get together. So Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. God bless. We'll talk soon.